Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for an ice yarn haul video. So I got this lovely package of ice yarns in the mail and it's time for me to do some unboxing. And if you're wondering, this is a crocheted piece. I do unfortunately not have a tutorial for it, but it is the Leave Me on West. It's a free pattern that I found on Hobby, and it's just this nice vest, that helps you keeping a little bit extra warmth here now when the autumn is coming. And when we are also relating to the autumn, it seems to be the really time where the tea drinking picks up again, because when it gets colder in the weather, the more tea I tend to drink compared to summer at least. And therefore, of course, we can't talk yarn without my faithful mug of tea here, which today is a Pickwick tea. And it's the Pickwick tea named Autumn Storm. Quite fitting, it is autumn. And Autumn Storm is a black flavored tea with a cinnamon and apple. But yeah, we are actually here to talk some yarn. And I made this lovely ice yarns order. It contains a bunch of yarns that I think I might have, in the sense of that I think I have them but in another brand, and therefore I suspect that it's just, I'd like to compare the yarns to see if my suspicion is true. Like, are they lookalikes, or do I really think they are the same yarns? And the best way to find out is basically to order them and to compare them. So there will be coming some comparison videos up on this channel. Because maybe you guys are interested in knowing as well. And always the question will be, like, what's more worth it? Like, what seems to be the better deal if they are alike or similar and such like things. Because, ice yarns are really cheap, but they do have a hefty delivery fee. And that's because delivery is quite expensive, but yet often all combined together, the yarns are usually still pretty reasonably priced at ice yarns. And more interesting, you can get a lot of yarns that you don't get at many other web stores. So yeah, and we all know Turkey makes darn good yarn. So this is a 3.4 kilo package, which is nothing compared to many other YouTubers out there. For me, it's just about my standard sized yarn haul, at least when I look at the fee paid for it. And yeah, I think we should try, at least I should try to see if I can find the best end to open this. It does seem to be closed on this end, so this is the end I will try to open. At least that's what I think, but I might be wrong, because they do tend to make a really good sealing of it. It is, at least in any case, the end. But is it really the end of the parcel? I can't seem to find out. But now it's where I'm gonna be opening it regardless. I think actually it is, because now this looks a bit more like a normal closing or opening of things. Of course, the challenge for me is to open it in a such way that I don't destroy everything. But the thing I do like about ice is that they do tend to double bag and even triple bag, kinda, their shipments. So mostly we should be fine. Or maybe it's on the side. That would make sense, actually, because this is all sticky, but it's opening. Yeah, it's not an end opening, it's a sideways opening. Okay, then we'll do that. So the thing is, when you do ship in these polymer bags, I kind of like the concept of double backing them, because if anything happens to the bag, you're almost sure that your yarns are still pretty okay inside. And on that note, ice is really great at vacuuming their yarn, so it takes up the least possible amount of space. that's just like an on top. So we are getting to a place where we can actually get into this bag. But it still requires a little bit of violence from me. It's still extremely well packed, but I am basically just getting off, and I do apologize, the big polymer bag. And inside I'm left with all this packed up together and a bit smaller bag. And inside, so basically I have big polymer bag, then I have this, which is more like a see-through bag. And then inside again, they are in their own bags. Like for ice yarns, you buy them in lots. And the lots you do buy depends on the yarn in question. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all this yarn next to me here so I can easier take it out. And we'll have a look at it. That was at least my plan. So the first yarn we have here is this lovely variegated yarn. And it's their Gelato. It feels like really small having it here, but it's still pretty heavy. And these are 100 gram skeins. I'm just gonna open it up so you can see one of them a bit closer. And you can see they're pretty well packed. But that's basically how they look. So this is a lovely yellow and green and blue, but they also have, yeah, I would say purples and magentas and orange before they go back. So it's a like parrot color or rainbow color. Lovely colors to be sure. Let's see, Gelato. And the Gelato is 100% microfiber acrylic. These skeins are 100 grams each. I have 4 of them in this color, so I just got a pack of 4. So that would be great for like a shawl or a summer top or whatever, something colorful. They're 100 grams, so 100 grams is like 3.5 ounces. And they come at 320 meters of yarn. So it is a fine weight yarn. 320 meters is like 340-ish maybe yards. As you can see, there are thin weight yarns here. I think they're lovely vibrant colors. It's a nice feel to it. It says the microfiber acrylic, but it does feel premium-like. I do like the feel. And I think they're similar to some of the new, I do believe, maybe Lion brand. Strays. It's like a thin weight from that's recently released as well. They seem similar also weight-wise. They recommend knitting needles of 3 millimeters. Should you knit with them? Crochet hook, I would probably say it's like, yeah, it's probably like 2.5 to 3.5, depending on the project and how drapey you want it. It's made in Turkey. Don't iron, don't bleach, don't tumble dry, I think. Wash it at 30 degrees. That's basically what it says here, and that's it. So that's, and this is the color. Didn't I write that down? It's not even saying here. But if you want to order it, this is where you find it on ice. So it does say here, Gelato Rainbow 75822. And they come in packs of 4. These are quite similar to some of the Papatilla yarns. And therefore, that's yarns I'm gonna be comparing with. Papatilla is also a Turkish brand, so it wouldn't be too unlogical if they are in fact the same yarns, at least. That's a quick logic from me, but yeah, just because I think it's logic is not always necessarily that it is. The other one I got is also Gelato, and it's the Gelato Fuchsia Copper, which is 75811. Looking on them here from the side, they are gorgeous, and I am gonna take one of them out again to show you guys, because I do believe they do show up nicer outside of skeins. I love how these colors are so really well shaded with one another. I think it's gorgeous how it just transitions. Yeah, the same specs as before, so I'm not gonna go through the yarn specs of this one, but I think it's a really gorgeous yarn, and I'm sure I can figure out some lovely project for it. At least right now, I'm thinking top, summer top, t-shirt, shawl could also be a really great idea, to be honest. Shawl is definitely also a great idea. I think I only had those two of the Gelato yarns. What did I else get? Just a moment, because I do have a little list here, just to keep track of it. Then I got 2 bags of this, and I am gonna take out one of the skeins. This is the Rainbow. Rainbow is 62903. And this feels funny, like, but that's how it's woven. It's a roving style yarn. So this is not like a spun yarn in that sense, but it's a roving style. You can easily see it. If I do like this, you can see it's a little bit different in texture. You can also see it if we go up a bit closer here. You can see they do have different textures. I love the colors here. I love these nature colors. And yes, this does smell factory. Rainbow here is 100% acrylic. In fact, it's 100% premium acrylic. I do believe my intention with this is a sweater of some kind. But I do have many sweaters in plan, so please bear with me because I can't make them all. But this yarn I had to get before it was sold out. I've heard of them having the rainbow yarn before, have never seen it. Finally, it was there on the website, so I had to get it, basically. That's kind of how it went. And that's a challenge sometimes with ice yarns. When you do see the yarns, some of the yarns, they really keep restocking and they have like a long time. And then some of the yarns are more like a temporary yarn, and then they basically go stop and you might not see them anymore at all. And I didn't want to risk not having this once I wanted to work with it. So I decided this is one of these yarns that I wanted to get because I wanted to make sure that I had it, kind of thing. It's 100% premium acrylic. Each of these skeins, and I have 8 of them because it's 2 packs of 4 each. So one lot is 4, and I bought 2 lots, so 8. And they are 100 grams. And for those 100 grams, which is 3.5 ounces, you get 240 meters of yarn. 240 meters is like 255, 60-ish yards. It's a DK weight yarn, so it's a 3 weight. And they recommend 4mm knitting needles, so that's a US size 6. And they're next to this, it's like don't iron, don't bleach, can't be washed at 30 degrees, so that's like a low wash. 30 degrees is about 85-ish Fahrenheit. So absolutely gorgeous yarn, and you know, you can see that they do have slight different coloring. I would say that they are not they are not woven up with the same exact start and end, so you will have some different shading going through. So it is definitely a variegated piece that you will be making with that. This should you be knitting or crocheting with this. But it's yarn that I'm really happy that I now have on stock. Then the next yarn that is in this bag for me to pull out and show you guys is probably the intentionally most bulky yarn I've ever bought from Ice, but it is a chenille yarn. And it's this lovely gray chenille yarn. And it is in fact just a Chenille Baby, and I do believe it's light gray. It's gray or light gray. The Chenille Baby is obtained by entering the code 71650 on Ice's website. I do believe they're a little bit more like $2 and some odd per skein. And then of course, being in Europe, I have to pay import taxes and I have to pay the outrageous shipping fee. So for me, it's a little bit more than just, I do believe, I don't know if Americans have some extra taxes or duties when they import things. But like if I would have put my address to being America, it seems like ice yarns are cheaper than it is for me being in the Netherlands. And that's because ICE automatically take and handle the valued added taxes that stores have to put on and impose when they are selling goods to residents here in the Netherlands, or should we import outside of the EU. And if it's above a certain amount, then we will also be charged valued added taxes. I guess everything for our lovely community around us. But this is basically how it looks. And I have to say, I'm just sitting with it here and it's feeling so very nice and soft. And this is, for my ice yarns, this smells clean. Really, like normally ice is a little bit more factory-like, but this really smells clean. And it's a lovely, lovely bulky yarn. And it is like what you know with ice yarns, it is very soft. Well, not with ice yarns, but with chenille yarns is what I wanted to say. But it is really, really soft, this one. It's 100% microfiber, though we know it's a polyester basically. And they come at 100 grams, which gives 120 meters. So basically 3.5 ounces of skin. And the 120 meters is like maybe 130-ish yards at best. They say it's a medium weight, so like a 4-weight yarn, and they recommend 6 to 7 millimeter knitting needles. I would say it's probably like a 5 millimeter crochet hook for this one. I got it with intentions of making some amigurumis, as I believe this yarn and weight can be combined with other yarns that I have from, which I got from Hobby, and I got some from Linda Hobby. So Hobby as in Hobbii, and Linda Hobby is another yarn store where I got some chenille yarns, and they have the same yarn specs basically. Like they also 100 meters and 100 grams to 100 centimeters. So I kind of hope that they can be intercombined. I will let you know about that when we get closer. But this feels really, really nice. It's a lot of 4. So it's a 4 lovely gray yarns here, and I'm not 100% sure what yet that the intention will be with them. But they're likely turning into amigurumis. I'm expecting them to become amigurumis at least over time. So that's intent was bought with, and I'm slowly getting this stash of chenille yarns because I've come to realize that I actually enjoy making amigurumis. I might make bunnies from them or a shark or whatever, I don't know. Just toys. I think it's fun to make amigurumis. It's a fun project where you can see the progress quicker than by, like, when I make this garment, it took like forever, at least that's how it felt. So the progress is quickly seen, and it's like nice projects in between my other big projects that I'm working on. So at least that's what I'm thinking right now, and I like just doing multiple things. So yeah, let's see what else I have in this bag. Oh, I see we have some cake yarn, which should be true. I got some cake yarn here. This cake yarn is the Cakes DK white turquoise. I think it's a turquoise, so white turquoise. It's 61184 should you want to search them up on the website. And I will, of course, as always, sorry for the crinkling, you can't get around to this ice, can't you? This cake is kind of squashed, but you have this lovely colors of like a grayish, I would say it's a gray to a darker blue, and then it goes into more like turquoise colors and lighter blue and gray, and again like lighter grays and gray. I would say the outside gray might be similar to the center gray, and what you can see is that they don't start at the same place, these balls. So this is probably yarn that's really, really great for like color controlling projects and the like. I got these cakes because, again, I have some papatilla cakes and I thought these were really reminding me of each other. So maybe they were the same. So this is, again, a cake or a yarn that I got with the intention of combining or comparing different yarns from different brands. So let's talk about this Cakes DK from Ice. They say it's 100% premium acrylic. It's a 100-gram cake. No, sorry, it's a 150-gram cake. 150 grams is 3.5 plus 1.75, 5.25 ounces, about. And they come at 540 meters. So 5.25 ounces to 540 meters would be about 570-ish, maybe a bit more, yards. It's a lightweight, a DK weight yarn. Okay, it's called Cakes DK, so that's not a big surprise. Of course, it doesn't always ensure that that is in fact correct, but that's how it looks against my finger. But yeah, they say it's the 3 weight. And they recommend 4mm crochet hooks and knitting needles for this, or at least 4 millimeters. Can be washed at 30 degrees. Don't iron, don't bleach, don't tumble dry. I guess lay flat to dry kind of thing. And I have the 2, and I do believe actually that I've got 2 more, but different colors. Again, this is the Cakes DK. Cream and blue, and this is the colorway 61178. And here I'm also just taking out one of them for you to see the color straight up here, which is this lovely premium acrylic where you have this light blue to more deeper colors here at the outer edge. I like them. I do like them. Not sure what I'm going to make from them, but I do know that I'm going to compare them with the others I have. And, you know, time will show. I'm sure I can figure out a project. Or I may dump them in a giveaway. Who knows? Who knows? So, that was that one. Then I have just 3 more yarns left. It goes really quickly, and yet I feel I had so much yarn. But the next one I have here is also a cake. The back is sort of broken. I don't know why. I think it was supposed to be like this, and then it happened when they packed it. That's what I think. That was the best way that they could squeeze it all in. It's a Cakes Rainbow, and it's 78565. And this particular cake, in this particular color, I also had in a previous yarn haul video. So I am familiar with this yarn. I haven't used it yet, but when I was sitting with this in that other video, I was sitting there and I was like, darn, I should have bought 2. I should have bought 2. Why? It allows me to make a bigger project. Basically, that simple. That's why I wanted to have enough for a bigger project, for a sweater, for example. The rainbow cakes here is a finer yarn than the rainbows we had here. So these cakes are all 100 grams each. They are premium acrylic as well. And for those 100 grams, so again, 100 grams is 3.5 ounces, you get 400 meters of yarn. So 400 meters of lovely yarn. So it is a thin weight, so it's a 2-weight yarn. Fine weight, sport weight, whatever you want to call it. They recommend 3mm knitting needles or 3mm crochet hooks maybe, or 3.5. 400 meters in yards is probably like 430, 440-ish yards. There are 4 cakes in this pack. I already have 4, so that definitely makes it possible for me to make a lovely sweater of this. I really adore these colors. They are perfect for autumn. In fact, this is really an autumnish haul, huh? It is autumn. I have autumn colors here. I have an autumn tee. It's just autumn. Awesome autumn. And I really, really enjoy these colors. So I'm really looking forward to actually using these. And again, this is another proof that these yarns, I'm just gonna show it quickly on the outside. As you can see, they're spun differently because this is the same yarn. But yeah, so that's my cakes, rainbow cakes. And this, yeah, I don't even know what colors they called them. It just called Cakes Rainbow. It didn't even give them a color specification. But yeah, so the back of them is broken. I'll figure out something for those. But yeah, I'm gonna put them in my stash next to the others. I am hoping that they match up in dye lots. The thing is, ice yarns don't really work with dye lots. So you just buy it and you're basically hoping it's gonna be the same. Usually it is within the lot. But I don't know if a lot's sold out and they restock it, whether those dye lots change. I haven't enough experience to actually compare those yet. So it's like a time will show kind of thing. Then I have 2 more things, which are both the same yarn. So yarn spec wise, they are the same, but they are different colors. And this is the Magic Light Glitz. Magic Light is a really, really gorgeous yarn. Sorry. And it's, I'm not really sure what it says here. It says Magic Glitz Blue Green, but it's more than blue and green. It's basically rainbow. So this is 22, so 22056. And yes, I've seen and I've had similar. Also, that's the Papatia that have these in a different type of yarn, and they are gorgeous, right? So this is really like a rainbow. This is really a rainbow yarn. 100% gorgeous. At least that's my opinion. So these rainbow glitz are, or magic glitz, 100 grams. 100 grams again, we talked about it, 3.5 ounces. And they come here at 360 meters. So that is 390-ish yards. They are 95% acrylic and 5% lurex. Acrylic is all the coloring yarns, all the lovely glittery would be your lurex. It is a 3-weight yarn. I'm gonna show you the nice comparison here. I have no clue what I'm gonna make of this yet, because this is again one of the yarns I got for comparison purposes. You can always find something to make from it. I'm not so concerned about that. They recommend 4 to 4.5 millimeter knitting needles, so US size 6 to 7. Made in Turkey, can be washed at 30 degrees, 85 Fahrenheit. Don't iron, don't bleach, lightly lay flat to dry. And that's basically, you know, I have 4 of them because again, they come 4 in a lot. And I got these to compare them to some of the Papatia yarns I have. I do believe they are called Batik and Batik Silver Batik. I'm going to compare them basically for you guys to see. And when I ordered those Papatia Batik, and I ordered those from Plata, who is a Papatia reseller. I ordered them last summer, or this summer basically, the summer that just passed. I also ordered some silver night sky blue ones with them. So this is 22051. Here it just says Magic Glitz Silver and then W. But it's more than that. I know that, and I'm gonna take one out. But for me, this is like a night sky. Gorgeous night sky. This smells factory again. It's the same yarn specs as the rainbow one. 100% the same specs. do think it's a gorgeous yarn. They seem more tightly wound up right now than the Papeteer Petite, but that could just be temporary feeling. But I think they are gorgeous colors, and have still no clue what I'm gonna make of all these. Probably a sweater or something like that. But I think they're gorgeous. This night sky color. So yeah, I'm basically gonna make comparisons, and I hope you guys will enjoy that. I will compare what I paid for them, including shipping and stuff. And I will compare, yeah, basically I'll do several comparisons. So I'll have them lined out to each other, so everything can be seen. That's the idea. I'm just trying to figure out how to structure the content the best way for showing it the best way to you guys. But generally, in short, this was my yarn haul. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yarns to compare. Then I bought 1 lot to add to a lot I already had to make sure I had enough for a sweater. I bought a second lot to make sweaters from. Actually, about 2 lots of the rainbows to make sweater from, which are really similar to the rainbow cakes. Apparently I'm in an autumn green nature mood. And then I bought this lot of chenille, and I'm pretty happy with my order. I'm sitting here and I'm pretty content with it. With ice, I usually order just the standard express, not the super express shipping, because it saves a little bit of money, and I don't need the yarns to be delivered within 2 or 3 days. Usually when I select, I do believe, I think it might be called express. It's not, or maybe it's not called express, but whatever. It's not the slowest and it's not the quickest shipping I'm choosing. I'm choosing like the middle in between, basically the cheapest shipping I'm choosing. And normally it takes between 6 and 10 days to get here. When it's slow, it takes 12. That's what I've experienced so far. This shipment took 22 days, which is still within their limits. I think they say it takes between, they recommend it takes between, I think it's 21 to 27 days. Though always I've experienced them to be delivered a lot quicker, except for this one. This one is the longest I've ever waited for from ice. And this is my 7th, 8th haul, something like that. I will note all that down in the description box down below for those that's interested. What I would like to know from you guys is which of these yarns can you see yourself work with should you get the chance, and what would you make from it? Let me know. I'd like to hear. And then that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this ice yarn haul video this time around, and I wish you lots of happy crafting until I see you again. Take care. Goodbye. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you would like to see more of this kind of content. Bye.